What's going on, SC430 community? My name is Henry. Today's video, we're going to be doing an SC430Mods installation. We have my dad's 2003 Lexus SC430. We're going to be putting this in. This is one of those new products that came out pretty recently. I want to say last month from SC430Mods. This basically just has a nice, not modern style, but just adds a nice taillight mod. So it's not just the basic OEM. So basically you're going to get this wiring harness and then obviously the two taillight strips. So the tools you're going to need is a 10mm socket and ratchet. You need a prying tool to get any plastic fasteners that need to be taken out, and then you're going to need a T40 hex bit. So that's to get the little sensor module thing that holds down the package tray for the convertible mechanism, because we're going to need to take that out just so we can get access to removing the carpet easier, so we can see what's going on underneath. So we're going to get started by popping open the trunk. So there's three ways to do that. You can either hold the button on the key fob, you can either press the button on the driver's side, or you could use the latch pull cable at the center console. So let's pop open the trunk and start removing things. So we're going to get started. When I'm doing this, be aware that it may be a little bit different for you, because this SC430, when we got it, it had damage all on this side, so this side might be a little bit iffy, so just keep that in mind. And you can tell from the package tray, it's been through a bit before we basically rebuilt it to make it look nice and clean. So we'll first get this out of the way, get stuff out of the trunk if we need to. We have a big chair here, so we can move the car shows quite a bit. I'm gonna take this carpet out, move the trophy my dad has for winning at a car show. He just won a trophy with his SC. Don't think we're gonna have to take this out, but we're gonna take this guy out. So basically, if you can fit your hand underneath it, just lift it up on the edges. This one again, it's good and erect, so it might not be perfectly in here. There's 4 fastening points, so beware of that. It should come out. You'll see these clips. Make sure you don't lose them. Typically, the clips will get stuck here, so use pliers to grab it out. Don't let it fall in. If it does fall in, you're kind of screwed. Just go to the dealership and ask them to get you one of these guys as a replacement. We're going to take this guy out, so that's what we're going to use the prying tool to get out. Underneath, just lift it up, it should come out pretty easily. And then basically this will come out. It'll be a little bit easier for you, but just be careful if you hear. Again, this car has been wrecked, so this one's already damaged. So I should just pop out and pull that out. You'll need to take this plastic cover off. There is a way to do it. It's a little weird, but I believe it's like in here. There's a little like tab on the inside that you can press in and this should come out. But usually you can just give it a nice tug, it'll pull out, but I'm not going to do that probably because this one is damaged already, so I don't need to. Okay, there's this plastic fastener here. Take that out. The other one here. Take that out. Take that out. Take this one out. You don't have to, once I take this last one out, there's one down here. So typically there's a latch right here. It's a 10mm. This one's missing, but you don't have to take it out. You just need to take out the plastic fasteners just so you can reach and get to this cable right here. I believe it's this one. It's either this one or this one. We'll find out with the cable, but anyways, we'll continue to take the copper out, take this guy off. This one is different. It'll come out, well, different than yours, but we did some modification because remember it was damaged on this side, so it looks a little different. But then we want to take this guy out, so just kind of pop it out. Just come out pretty easily. Another one in here. Like that. It's gonna be a 10mm bolt. That's not 10mm again. This side's been modified, so it's not gonna look exactly like yours or how it should be, but it's okay. The concept is still the same. For you, it's gonna be a 10mm. And then you can take this rubber piece off here using the prying tool. It'll be a little bit tough, possibly for you. There it is. That's where the T40 hex bit is. And we're going to do the same thing for this side as well. Might be hard to see, but this is the T40 hex bit. Looks like a star. Just go down nice and easily. This one wasn't tightened all the way, so I was able to take it off by hand, but it will take some oomph to get this one out typically. So, once you take that out, you slowly remove this, and there's going to be a cable right on the inside. You want to unplug that just to get it out the way. You press down on the top and then pull it out. It's going to be a little bit hard to get to, so you may need to use a pick. Again, with the passenger side, I'm going to do the same thing. Take these little tabs out. Take the rubber piece out. This one will more likely look like yours because this side wasn't modified too much, I believe. Take that out. Take the plastic guys out for the little cubby down here. The T40 hex bit. This one is actually put in. Switch over. The passenger side doesn't have a cord connected to it, so you don't need to worry about unplugging anything when you take this side out. Comes right out. See, it's not connected to anything. Alright, so now we're kind of prepared. So, I'm going to make the assumption that this gray cable on the wiring harness goes into this one right here. So let's see. I can take it out. Easy. So then, we'll untie this. Okay, so now that the cable's untied, the wiring harness, the gray one's going to be plugged in, right? And then the other one that we unplugged would go in here. Pay attention to the wiring. We don't want to bend it, so this side will be the passenger and this side will be the driver. So going back in here, this, have it upside down, go into here, this, and then that extra one would go into the white one. That. So now, basically, this wire is tucked in. This would go over here, and this would go over here. So we're going to first do a test by plugging it in. So I'm going to plug this in. we put the car in accessory mode, so you just turn the key twice, turn the lights on. So as you can see, working pretty swell, along with the OEM. Might be hard to see because it is daytime, but as you can see, it is working, so that's good. Turn this back off, take the key out, and we'll continue taking the taillight apart. The passenger side, because the driver's side is modified, it's going to be one 10mm here. You may have a plastic piece that's covering it up. You could just use a pick underneath. There's a little gap right here. You can put the pick underneath and just pop it off. This one doesn't have it. Okay, so now that the bolt's out, you don't have to necessarily take the whole taillight out, but for this demonstration, I'm going to. So once you take this out, there's just like a little knob that sticks out that holds it up in place over here. So you kind of just push it away. So basically, you just kind of get a grip on it and just pull it out. There you go, popped out. So you'll see the wiring harness back here. The knobs I was talking about, there's one here and one at the bottom. So for now, I'm just going to take the bulbs out. So you can just turn it counterclockwise and it'll come out. Like so. We want to get this free to feed the taillight itself. So it might be easier to do it on the inside when I take things apart. So now we want to remove this area of the carpet without taking the whole thing out. Move this out of the way. You'll see there is another fastener right here. You go underneath the carpet and just pop it out slowly. You don't want to break that or lose it. So take that out. So this should be free. Take it out like that. You'll see there is a little Velcro piece right here. So just lift it up and out. You'll have to finagle it a little bit. It does require some bending, so we just have to make sure when we put it back, we put it in correctly. We're going to basically take it out and fold it out of the way. So basically I push the rubber in like that so we could feed this. So we'll unplug this for a second and basically feed this wire up inside here and then out over here. We will tuck it back in later, but just for the sake of being able to reach and plug it in easier, feed this out of the way. I'm going to tuck this in here just so there's a bumper. So it's going to be like that. You can cut the rubber if you want to, or you can just leave it like this. It's fine. But it's really up to you if you don't want to get water in it or not. Because I'm sure there's several ways to do this. But I'm probably going to just make it go, put the rubber back in as the best I can at some point. But we'll leave it like that for now. We'll plug this back in. So now we can tuck the wire in as much as we need, right? And then place it where we want it to be while putting the taillight back in. So we'll go ahead and basically pull on this cable to bring it back in. As much as you need, and then basically we're gonna line it up something like this. So obviously kind of depends on how or where you want to start it, so we'll probably start it like this. Now we want to pull this back in as best as we can so that we have that. Right, so not too much water will get in there. And then we'll figure out back here as well. But basically now we put the tail light back on and then mess with it and see how it will be. Okay, so I finally put it in. I'll be honest, it wasn't very easy, just because of the fitment. The LED strip is really thick, and the light housing pops in so that there's no gap at all. Now that I have this strip in it, there is a gap now, unfortunately, but basically I kind of just held it right where I wanted it and then tried to pop it in place. And then using the prying tool, just slowly pinch it in as, as little as I can. But you don't want to pinch it in all the way, otherwise it'll just fall loose and it'll just be hanging inside behind the taillight housing. So right now it's in place. Again, fitment, the lining, it's not the best right now. I'm sure Calvin will redesign it, possibly, because this is a very new product. So we will see. But so far it doesn't look too bad. Kind of hides everything, sort of, but we'll see. But now we basically just put everything back together for this side, and then we do the same thing for the driver's side. So this extra wiring, we can kind of just like let it hang in there if we really want to. It's not going to be a big deal. And then we push everything back in, and then we'll go ahead and do this side.
Feathers been calling, my enemies stalling, my people been balling, my team we been wildin'. Canada 100, we use basic tools. Strategies moving where we gotta move. There wasn't no option, no time on the clock, and no setting it back, and we gotta get profit. I'm standing on top of the glory, the road. We was just rebels, ain't do what was told. When they asked me how we leveled up, without us getting stuck, we just muscled up. This game spin, no one gotta tighten up, gotta muscle up, or you will get stuck in this game. I'm balling on top of that mountain, I'm on and I'm calling my mom and tell her I'm good. I'm surrounded by family like back in the hood. I was falling from grace, I was misunderstood. Hey, the pressure will sit you right down, but I stood up. I mean what I say and I say what I mean. On the balcony screaming, they just let me be. We had to slow it down. What goes around comes around. Oh, the frequency different now. I was going through different rounds. Hey, it's crazy, the progress is hitting now. Ain't no sitting and lost and found. I found what I lost in a minute now.
Well, not sure how Calvin did it, but you saw how I did it on this side, right? Couldn't really get it on the driver's side. That could be because this first gen taillights are technically a little bit larger than the second gen. So I was really struggling to get this light strip in. You can see how there's no gap now because I didn't put the LED strip there anymore. I decided to put it underneath. I used double-sided tape, like I said, to stick it on. So, like I said, feeding the carpet underneath in here, make sure the holes line up, and then putting the plastic fastener back in, and then putting this back on, the sides on, and then put this back on, and then, put everything back inside. So pretty quick and easy. So I did show a clip of that, so let's do this side.
Got it on both and I learned from the losses. My failure was friendship, I saw it was ghosting. Started like everyone had certain tools. Only difference is I knew what to do. Now everyone calling when progress is stalling. My stock is missing, my life getting boring. Ain't no more hitting me up when you lose. When it's time to wake up, see you hitting the snooze.
When they ask me how we leveled up, without us getting stuck, we just muscled up. This game spin, no one gotta tighten up, gotta muscle up, or you will get stuck.
And there you guys have it. That's how you install the taillight mod with SC430 mods. I apologize, it was kind of botched. That's just reason because of the fitment wasn't really as good as I expected it to be. So I'll probably let Calvin know about that. I'm not sure. Maybe it's just the way I installed it, I did it wrong. But maybe you guys will have a better chance of doing it. I do know for sure that the second gen taillights are a little bit smaller. Not by much, but a little bit smaller, so I'm sure the LED strips would probably fit a little bit easier, but I was struggling with my dad's SC because the fitment was just too tight, and I couldn't even get it in there the way I wanted it to be. And because, you know, his SC has been in a wreck before, and it went through a lot of body shop work, so it was really difficult to make it fit because it was rear-ended on close to the taillight side, so it was kind of iffy. I didn't do it on my SC just because personal preference, just don't want it. But I know a lot of you guys wanted an install video, so there you guys go. Didn't go as planned, but you at least got to see the passenger side of how it would look, how to put it in, right? And then if you decide to not go that route and reroute that LED strip somewhere else, you could do what I did and just put it right at the trunk liner. But yeah, I'm sure there'll be some changes to it possibly when I talk to Calvin, or I'll find out that I installed it wrong. We'll see. Just let me know if you guys end up finding a better way to do it, or maybe I'll end up making another video if there's a updated version or if there's a revision to the design. But yeah, otherwise that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.